Hi there BookTube, it's Eleanor here, and today I'm going to be doing my February TBR. I'm not going to have a huge February TBR, although there's probably going to be a good 10-12 books that I'll be on my TBR. I'm not going to show you them all today because I am taking part in a readathon during the month of February called the Contemporary-a-thon, and I will put a TBR up for that separately. But I've picked my community chest and chance, and the one that I have picked up is new to you author. So for that I've got loads on my list that are going to be new to me authors, so I'm not going to pick any particular one because there's loads to choose from. The books that I'm going to be reading are split into my Welcome Book Prize books for the month, the ARCs that are coming out this month, and then one book that I was gifted as part of the Bookopoly, my one book a month from Janet, and I'm desperate to read it, so that's going on there. So let's start with the Welcome Book Prize. This month we are reading Bodies of Light by Sarah Moss. This will be my first Sarah Moss, and I've actually got this on audiobook, so I will be listening to this on audiobook this month, and the audio sounds like it's going to be really good, so I'm looking forward to this one. This is set in Victorian Manchester. It's about two sisters. They grow up in a household with a father who is a very decadent painter and a really strict evangelical mother, and one of the daughters poses for the painters, and one of them goes on to be striving to be one of the first female doctors, and I'm sure there's going to be all sorts of family drama in this, and I'm really looking forward to trying out my first Sarah Moss. And then we're also going to be reading The Iceberg by Marion Coutts. This is a memoir. It's not really the type of thing I would normally pick up, but I'm really excited to push myself out of my comfort zone and see what I think. Marion Coutts' husband was unfortunately diagnosed with a brain tumour, and during the time before his death, I think it was about 18 months, she recorded what it was like living with someone with a brain tumour, what their life was like, and documented their lives. And so I'm sure this is going to be really touching and quite upsetting, but I've heard great things, so fingers crossed that this is readable for me. In terms of ARCs coming out this month, I'm going to be reading The Bells by Donielle Clayton. This is a YA fantasy story set in New Orleans, which I absolutely adore. And it's about a group of women called the Bells. The Bells are helping the people. The people of New Orleans are born grey, and it's only the bells that can give them colour. And it sounds intriguing, if not a bit complicated. I'm sure once I get into it I will understand the world, but I'm looking forward to giving it a go, and the cover is very beautiful. Next, coming out in February, is The Great Alone by Kristin Hannah. I've read one book by her called The Winter Garden, which I read during my Advent series at Christmas. I loved it. I gave it 5 stars, so I'm really excited to try this one out. The story is about a family, a mother, a father and a daughter. The father returns as a veteran of the Vietnam War, and they uproot their lives. This is set, I think, in the 70s, and they move to wild Alaska, and it's about their lives there and the harshness of the Alaskan landscape and how they try to forge a life for themselves in this place. And then one last ARC which is coming out in February. This is The Wife Between Us by Greer Hendricks and Sarah Pekkanen. This is a thriller. I'm really excited about this one. It sounds like there's going to be lots of twists and turns. I think it is about a sort of other woman story where a younger woman has replaced another woman with her ex-husband, and I'm sure it's going to be a bit of a page turner. Hopefully there'll be some good reveals. And then finally, a book that I've been waiting for and I can't wait to get stuck into, and that is Pierce Brown's Iron Gold. I loved Red Rising, Golden Sun and Morning Star. They were brilliant, and so I can't wait for this one. It follows on, I believe it's about 10 years after the end of the final book in that trilogy. I can't wait to get stuck into this world. Pierce Brown's writing is brilliant and fast-paced and page-turner, and really clever and full of twists and turns, so I'm really looking forward to how this world has fared since the final book. So that is the books that I am set on completing this month. I hopefully will have room for a few more after my readathon as well, but I'm leaving it pretty open to sort of decide on a whim, because I'm finding that that's really helping me. Anyway, let me know if you've read any of these. Are these any of these that you're excited about? And I look forward to speaking to you soon. Bye for now, BookTube.